Big story surrounding them, of course, has been Paulo Dybala. Hasn't started the last few games, which have been big ones for the defending champs as well. And there's speculation now that he could be on his way out of Turin. Reports in England suggesting Manchester United have had a transfer bid turned down for the Argentinian international. This seems to fit United and what they're looking for, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, 100%, and a very talented player. Was it not Dybala that was supposed to be the issue with Bonucci in the Champions League final? I think the only side of the coin is there's been a few issues it would seem around the club.
Yes, so there's problems with maybe his focus going out. I know this is something that you never did in your playing day.
Well, don't just look at me. There's another two sat here. They're worse. But you know, look, Juan Mata's been a great player in the Premier League with Chelsea and Manchester United. He's always done a job when asked. But I think Mourinho would prefer somebody else, and Mkhitaryan just hasn't cut the mustard for this particular manager, not in a sense in terms of the way he played at Dortmund, and he clearly doesn't want him. So yeah, I think it would be an excellent signing for Manchester United.
We would have sat here and said similar things, maybe not the same talent, Mkhitaryan, but of course was superb in the Bundesliga, yet Kane never really settled at Old Trafford. Would there be a concern this could happen again?
Well, it will be if you don't play Dybala in his position, which is off the front. You know, you buy Mkhitaryan after having an incredible season at Dortmund, playing off the front, and then you go and stick him wide.
Yeah.
And then you wonder why it doesn't work out. Dybala's a fantastic player. If you play him off the front, I think he would be magnificent. But I just don't see Mourinho doing that.
But he has played.
Even if he went bottom.
He has played.
Do you really think he's going to play him off the front?
He has played Mkhitaryan off the front quite a few times.
But he never
I don't think he feels he got enough from him.
He never gave him time to settle into it and pretty much quickly give him one of them. So, great player, Dybala. Got to play him in the right
balance
spot.
for Juventus, I suppose, is that we know how good Paulo Dybala is, but his price is going to depreciate the more he's sat on the bench.
Yeah.
If you know there isn't a future for him at Juventus, there's got to be a time when you think, right, yeah, you know, it's time to cash in.
At some point, I'm sure Juventus will decide to sell Paulo Dybala. I'm just not sure that it's this January.
The fans wouldn't like it either, though, would they?
Well, even aside from whether the fans approve of it or not, as we just mentioned, Juventus are trailing in a title race, still have Champions League to come. Selling in January for Juventus, selling a player of Dybala's talents, makes absolutely no sense from a Juventus perspective. Now, from a Manchester United point of view, it's great to have somebody of his quality coming in. It's great. I think Dybala adds to any squad almost in European football.
Sure.
So it makes sense for them. The question is, does Jose Mourinho play him in his preferred position? He spent a lot of money on Paul Pogba, and we can argue all day long as to whether he's playing in the best position for him. But regardless of position, regardless of who's in form or not, Dybala would grace that Manchester United squad. But I just don't see how or why Juventus let him go, not right now.
Ian, we've talked about Manchester United a lot on the show, especially the comments from Jose Mourinho about Manchester City spending a lot more money. He wants more money spent at United. What's the feeling amongst the fans that you talk to regarding, say, a push for a Paulo Dybala? Is there pressure on Ed Woodward to really break the bank in January to try and appease the fans, and I suppose, in particular, Mourinho as well?
Yeah, I think so. And, of course, the way Manchester City are going is adding a poignancy to that within the city. So they do want to try to bridge the gap somehow. Dybala, he's obviously a stylish player. There's something of the Roberto Baggio about him, I think. He's a lovely player. For some reason or another, he's lost his way a little bit at Juventus. He's out of the team for big games. What I'm hearing is the Manchester United offer, you're never sure about these things. The story goes that it's about 60, 70 million pounds, and that Juventus would want probably double that to make this happen. And I think the boys are right. It's Champions League. They've got to think about that. So I think if it does happen, you're talking about next summer.